Welcome back, Dr. Clevity Gaming. Today we're looking at the new Celestial skin stat bonuses. The upgradable stat that each one of these skins will give your hero. On Nebula, she's gonna get the armor. Now I like that. She dies quickly in some of the teams that I face. It could be they're not leveled. She's not leveled where she needs to be. Now I don't have her leveled, so that's full disclosure on that. So I don't use Nebula like I probably ought to. The next two are the most interesting to me. We have Martha with a magic attack. Martha can tank by herself if she needs to and when she needs to. If she's the last one to die, if she is leveled right, she is hard to beat. But this magic attack allows her to have more offensive power when she's by herself. So it doesn't necessarily have to time out. All she can kill the last couple ones. So I like that. That's important. But Fafner's armor bonus against people like Cleaver, it pulls him to the front and then is able to use that toxic gas on him. Yeah, that's going to be important. Also against Yasmin, who will come across the enemy line and poison him. That will also be important. Keep him alive a little bit longer so you can get those stat bonuses. I like both of these. I like both of these different skin stats. I'm still going to lean toward at least getting Fafnir. I do like the Martha skin. Um, what do you think about this? I think it will make Martha stronger. She kind of, she's in my mind, she's kind of an unsung hero, at least on my server, and it probably is because her skin stones are hard to get because of the you have to get emeralds and buy them. I know she is in the skin chests, the hero chest, but I don't get a lot of her stones, so I don't run across her very much. Now I have used her a lot in a team I use. I'll show you the team that I use her in. When I get out of here, I can show you. Now, what I run her with and hit the training. So I use the fire siblings, fire twins, however you want to call them, Kayla and Aiden. I use Cleaver, I use Zeshaw, and then I throw Martha in. Now, Martha is not as leveled as the other ones. I'm only running 208,000. I have beat people with this team in the 300s. Now, there's certain parameters I have to look for. If the primary dealer is in the back, if it is a line that has Fafnir in the back, even with Kira, I will throw this team in because Kayla will eat up a Fafnir and a Kira, or an Artemis if Artemis doesn't have a lot of health. She'll eat them, and it just is that much faster for me. And so that's how I run her. And there are times, that I need the extra attack from Martha. Now, this is a team I normally run. This is like the team that I have had the most success with. And why is that? It's because I had them the longest. As you can see, uh, 4 of these 5 heroes you get just for playing the game. And so what happened was there have been several other people in this lineup. Celeste works good in the lineup instead of Fafnir. So if you took Fafnir out, Celeste works good here. Kira works good here. When I first started playing the game, and so this Astaroth, Galahad, Ginger, Thea, I ran this a really long time, and then when I was able to get Fafnir boosts Ginger, and so I had a lot of good success. You said, well, why don't you run the Artemis? Because I have an Artemis at 120, and I also have Tristan at 120. It's because I wasn't able to get their skin stones. I've only been playing since last October, so not even a year yet. But this team works really well. The thing about this team is the Fafnir against Yasmin will die. And so he generally holds his own against the cleavers on my server. Now there's going to be a rework to heroic chess, and that's going to change a little bit. But that's the reason I really want this Fafnir skin. Now I do need to get an Artemis Tristan Fafnir team together. There's a lot of work I need to do on it. I got in it late. Why did I get in it late? Because it was hard for me to get those skin stones that I needed in order to make that happen. So it will also benefit there. Now, I don't have the winter skin for Fafnir, so I'll have to wait until that comes back out to do that. But that's why I'm looking at those two primarily. Because I do have times when if I just had a little bit more attack or a little bit more healing, which works off that attack with Martha, that would strengthen that one team. And I haven't tried. I haven't tried Dorian. My Dorian isn't very high. But you don't have to be high to be effective. Same thing with Rufus. Rufus also doesn't need to be very high to be effective. And but that's the reason I want to look at those the Martha and the Fafnir is and I want those boosts because it will help guide my teams. So what do you think? What do you think about these stats? Is it something that's going to help your team? Is it something that you'll get just because that you want to collect? Do any of these three heroes, the Nebula, the Martha, or the Fafnir, does any of these three heroes part of your big team? And if so, how do you think this will benefit you? Just leave those comments in. I want to have a conversation about it. I like to have conversation and don't get to have very much of it about Hero Wars mobile. But leave it. Leave a comment. Leave a like. I post every 4 or 5 times a week anyway. And I just like to talk about Hero Wars and want to see what everybody else has to say about it. All right, guys. Until next time, we'll catch you in the arena.